person or online or watching us at a later date. Welcome home. Why do you ask? Because we know that indwelling God is there guiding everybody's journey, no matter where you are on that journey, no matter where it started. We know and we honor that we know its destination is that greater awareness, greater feeling, that presence of the divine, expressing as and through each. Don't sit down, Aaron. I was just about to call you up. Come on up, Aaron. And here comes Aaron to give you your announcements of all the stuff that's going on here at our center.
Hola, me llamo Westerón. All right, announcements for June 15th. Workshop today after service from 2:30 to 4:30 with Reverend Dr. Patrick Arbula. Existential Kink, Exploring the Subconscious, the Fun, and Easy Way workshop. This is the most progressive, radical, fun, and easy shadow work ever. The cost is a love offering to create the life of your highest visions with grace and ease. Our current events. We have a See's Candy storefront fundraiser for our new Children's Church Fund. Scan the barcode on the flyer and order online. Where is the flyer? I believe it's in back, and you think you can find it online too at our website. Our community vegetable garden boxes are built. If you would like to participate, donate soil, fertilizer, seedlings, or the ultimate in green gifts, cash, please speak to Tiffany Lee. Raise your hand. Yay. Please note your donation is for the garden fund. And to be clear, so if you do PayPal or write a check, make a note very clear, because if there's no note, it's going to the general fund. Dina Everson Williams will strengthen your mind and body with her yoga classes every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. A $20 love donation is gratefully accepted. Our monthly men's group meets on Tuesday, June 17th at 6 p.m. It is facilitated by our core council president, Frank Williams. Join us for our Summer Solstice Arts and Healing Festival on Saturday, June 21st from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. And to be clear, that is this Saturday, 6 days from now. If you would like to volunteer, which you should, it is a fun way to help your community, or you can become a vendor. Booths are $65. We have a special program for any nonprofits who would like to show what they offer in a booth or table. We also have booths available in our garden area and the parking lot. Admission is free for the public. Invite your friends. They like free. Please contact Jane or Tiffany or our website for more information. Live entertainment is Cervantes and Ballet Folklorico Quetzalcoatl. I'm close. Quetzalcoatl. Aztec dancers. So, all of that being said, if you are planning to come and you're a member of this center, come early and help us, because we need lots of helping hands. While you're at the festival, join Stacy for a Sound Bath Energy Wellness Workshop titled Your Nervous System is Your Intuition. Learn simple practices to balance your chakras and manage your nervous system with sound and better connect to your intuitive nature. That sounds awesome. Do we know what time that's going to be at? 12:30. It's going to be at 12:30. In this, right here. Our Authentically Me Women's Group meets the fourth Sunday of every month at 3 p.m. The next meeting is June 22nd. Every moment in this group is designed to bring joy and laughter into your life. Join Stacy for the New Moon Sound Bath on Wednesday, June 25th at 7 p.m. Sonically connect to the moon with crystal singing sound bowls. This meditation experience is a $20 love donation. On Saturday, June 28th, Reverend Jessica Fish facilitates a Zoom bereavement support group. The link information is on our website, it's in the weekly email bulletin, and it's in paper brochure on the back table. On Sunday, June 29th, join us as we come together to honor and celebrate the life of our beloved practitioner, Fred Asper, from 2:30 to 3:30. We will share memories, stories, and moments of love. The reception will immediately follow the service in Friendship Hall. Please let us know if you'd like to contribute in any way. On Wednesday, July 2nd at 6 p.m., the Spanish language study group is facilitated by Esperanza Ramos, and it's up there in Spanish. Compassionate Care Team. If you know someone in our spiritual community that is having health challenges, is in the hospital, or is otherwise in need of support, please contact Joe McLaughlin. Is anyone here for the first time? Anybody here for the last time? Okay. At the end of the service, you can experience a 2-minute tune-up with our practitioners. So if you want to participate in that after the service, just come forward. Practitioners will be here ready to give you that. If you're not going to partake in that, please quietly and swiftly exit into where the coffee and cookies are. Thank you.
Thank you, Aaron. I just want to do a little embellishment, and I may go into this a little bit more, about Reverend Patrick Harbula. He is the author, and I think this is a best-selling book, The Magic of the Soul. I taught an accredited class on this last fall called The Journey of the Soul, and it was a phenomenal class. And our workshop today is on this book, Existential Kink: Unmask Your Shadow and Embrace Your Power. And he has also done a class on this online, and I've done it twice, and it's life-changing and life-affirming. You just live so much more authentically and embrace all aspects of your life, because God is right there in every aspect of your life. And so I have one more announcement to make. And I would like to ask two things. If everybody would please stand, and if Bruce and Kate could please come forward. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps on this, and not because it's... Our new practitioners. Come all the way up, all the way up. Yay. Congratulations.
Thank you.
She gets a hug. You can have a hug too. Yay.
Of course.
Yes. Oh. You know, there's a lot of work that goes into this. Yes, years of classes, expansion of your consciousness, and all so that they can serve our community at no cost to us. So thank you for your dedication to the God within and bringing that into greater consciousness and more fuller expression as you serve, because you don't just serve us here. It's about service to humanity. So thank you so much. All right, thank you. Oh, right on cue. Yay, very good.
And good afternoon. It's a really beautiful and wonderful day taking place here right now, because I was in foundations class with him way back in 2007. That was a long time ago. Go, Bruce. Go, Miss Kate. Proud of you both. We as a congregation are about to join voices. So I call on you with an invitation to stand in these statements of affirmative life and presence as we sing I Release and I Let Go by Ricky Byers and Michael Beckwith. And just take a moment while we're waiting to say to each other something. Hi, I love you. I see you. I recognize you. I remember you. I'm here with you. I love you.
I love you.
Thank you.
Happy Father's Day also.
I am grateful for you. Happy Father's Day to every one of you who are a dad in the house. So, we let go of it all. I release,
I release and I let go.
I release, I release, I release, I let go. There was a time in my life I thought I had to do it all for myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient, and I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you've got to let go, let it all go. And this is what you have to stay. Release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Oh, I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. Yes, I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I am. Yes, I'm only here for God. Oh, yes, I'm only here for God.
Come back up, Aaron. Pardon me? Yes, yeah. No, it's Sunday. You're already getting double time. So, yeah. But we'll throw a tip in there. Okay. So Aaron is joining me for the Lighting the Flames of Faith. We perform this ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all people and all faiths, all sentient beings, come from one great universal presence, which we call Spirit. Fundamental to this truth is the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here today. We light the first candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the second candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light the third candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the fourth candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the fifth candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the sixth candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the seventh candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. We light the eighth candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the ninth candle for all forms of New Thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. We light the 10th candle for those who are as yet unaware of the action of Spirit in their lives, and for the space that we are holding for them here at the center. And as Aaron lights the healing candles, please put silently into the light the names of anyone you wish to experience the healing flame of God's eternal love. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you very much. My reading today is from the Science of Mind textbook. So if you care to go ahead and close your eyes and take these words in, I'll go right into invocation. If we realize that God is triune and that man is a spiritual likeness of God, we shall see that the whole scheme of life and the whole nature of the divine being is reenacted through man. This, of course, does not mean that man is God. It means that in his small world of individual expression, his nature is identical with God's. This is what Jesus meant when he said, "As the Father hath life within himself, so hath he given to the Son to have life within himself." This refers to inherent life, real life. That is the only life God could have. We must expect to find in ourselves, therefore, the same inherent attributes that we find in the universe from which we spring. A single drop of water is not the whole ocean, but it does contain within itself the same qualities and attributes. And so in knowing that this ocean of life that we call God, Spirit, is the one ocean, the one life within which God experiences itself through its creation, through us, as us. And so this peace of God, this love of God, this wisdom of God permeates all expressions, all embodiments, all that there is. God is there right now in perfect balance, in perfect form, in perfect life. And so I know that this truth, therefore, means that this presence is here right now, blessing our service with its love, its consciousness, its light. And so our service moves through its manifestation as an expression of God, beautifully, magnificently, synchronistically, in that everybody gets exactly what their soul is yearning for in this very moment, in this time together. And so in this circular motion, everybody is here giving that unique gift of God that expresses through them and is fed by that infinite mind, that wisdom that knows exactly what they need to hear. And so it is presented beautifully, concisely, clearly, right in front of their consciousness to be embraced, embodied, and celebrated. And so I release these words into the law, knowing that they are acted upon because the law says yes. And the law knew my intention before the words were even spoken. And so this flow of life was already activated and moving and manifesting. And to accept it, experience it, we need only say, and so it is.
Thank you, Renee. Beautiful. Stand. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. If you're a stander, please stand now. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Sing it out. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Come on, let there be peace. I am a stand for peace.
We are making a new world now.
It takes all
We
of us.
are making a new world
Yes, we are actively, right now, making a new world. You know, it's like the world is kind of like a snow globe right now. You know, it's kind of getting shook up and all that good stuff, that white stuff, you know, that light is being moved into our environment so that we can settle in once again, once that agitation is done, and just revel in the newness of life and the new manifestation that we're creating. And we're creating it. All right. Introduction to Reverend Dr. Patrick Harbula. Patrick J. Oh, yes. J for joyful. Harbula, yes. I love this man. And I know that any of you that may not be here that are within the sound of my voice, after you hear him, if you're capable, you may want to get in your vehicle and boogie down here for his workshop. It won't start till about 2:30, so you'll have time to get here, and you will be so blessed by this workshop. Okay, back to my script. Reverend Dr. Patrick Harbula has been a spiritual leader, counselor, and coach for over 35 years. He started at 4 and reaches hundreds of thousands with his writing and personal and media appearances. Patrick is. Take notes, there will be a quiz afterwards. He is author of The Magic of the Soul. Imagine me holding the book up that I held up earlier. Applying Spiritual Power to Daily Living, which is a CSL curriculum, Journey of the Soul. And the recently released book by St. Martin's Press, Meditation, The Simple and Practical Way. He is founder of the Living Purpose Institute and creator of the Life Coaching Certification Program and the Primal Fire Intensive on Catalina Island, which I think has now been moved off Catalina. So yeah, if you get seasick and we're avoiding it because of that, no worries. He is ordained as an independent religious science minister, was ordained as an independent religious science minister by the late Dr. Earl Barnum back in 1985 and affiliated with CSL in 2010. He trained for 4 years in spiritual psychology under the late Dr. Vivian King. Boy, I don't know if I want to claim my association with you. All these people are late. Well, nobody gets out alive, so it's okay. He is also ordained and recognized as a Doctor of Divinity through Spiritual Unity Movement, of which he has been the president, or which he was the president for 12 years. He founded Meditation Magazine, and I subscribed to it back in the day. He was formerly a director for Sage Publications, a world-renowned social science publisher. Patrick will be available after the service to sign his books. Speaking on existential kink, a practice for loving everything. Yes, everything. Please welcome Reverend Dr. Patrick Harbula.
Everything. Yeah, I do know a few late people, but, the truth is, it's never too late, and it's never too soon. I told you I'd get the theme in, right? So, happy Father's Day. How many people here are fathers? 1, 2, oh nice, 1, 2, 3, How many people have ever had a father? Most of you. I got to talk to a few people that didn't raise their hand, figure that one out. How many people know a father? Okay, now we're unanimous for sure. So I've never been a pulpit minister, but my good friend Dr. Jim Lockard told me once, it was probably on Father's Day that he told me this, he said Mother's Day is the second most attended Sunday service because many mothers want, as a Mother's Day gift for their family and their husbands who don't always come to church, to come to church. He said Father's Day is one of the least attended Sunday services because most of the fathers want all their family to stay home with them and not go to church. So all that to say, those fathers that made it, let's give them a big hand. We honor you. Because you don't fit the stereotype. And yeah, if I had known it was Father's Day, I might have rescheduled, actually. But it's never too late, and it's never too soon. We're all in the right place at the right time. So my talk title is Existential Kink, a Practice for Loving Everything. Yes, everything. So it's based on this book called Existential Kink. And I like to, and I've got a miracle story I'm going to share about this. But that's a little teaser. You can hear that at the end. But this is the most radical, progressive, fun, and easy shadow work I've ever experienced. And I've been facilitating shadow integration for almost 40 years now. So it's so radical that some of you might not even relate to it. I don't know. You tell me. After the service, tell me if it was too radical or not. So let's get to the radicalness of it. So let's go to the first slide, if you will, Bruce. So Carl Jung and Carol Elliott, who is the author of the book, quotes Carl Jung 3 times, this quote in the book, and that's how important and germinal it is to the teaching. And that is, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Say that again. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. So let's go to the next slide. What Carolyn says is that having equals wanting. This is a really interesting concept, right? Because whatever we have in our life that is consistent or is a pattern, there's part of us that wants it, right? Otherwise, we wouldn't have it. In fact, there's part of us that wants it so much, it is actually getting off on this experience of what we have that we think that we don't like. And so her simple practice for making the unconscious conscious is to get off on it. Now, in traditional shadow work, we identify the parts in ourselves that, in psychology, we call it secondary benefit, that are getting some benefit out of this experience we're having that we don't like, right? And so we bring love to it, and that will get us there. But the even faster way is to practice getting off on what we think we don't like. And it's completely counterintuitive, and that's what makes it radical. How do we actually get off on or enjoy something that we don't like? Well, it is simply a practice. I'm going to give you an example of this. So, and it's interesting because usually when I tell this story, it's to clients or in a class, and usually my wife isn't present. So I have to be very diplomatic about this story. So I'll say it this way. My wife is an extremely, that's Karina right there, an extremely powerful woman. And how this shows up is in many ways. I mean, she doesn't take crap from anyone, right? Including me. And she can also be, how do I want to describe it, in one's face when something is important to her. And how I, in the past, have reacted to this because sometimes it would actually push my buttons, is I would sometimes make light of it, make a joke, right? Sometimes I would push back and create a healthy boundary. In fact, one of the things I've always known that I appreciate about her is she has caused me to become a stronger man. In fact, we decided a long time ago that if she could, she'd like to control me, but if she could, she wouldn't respect me, and then we wouldn't be together, right? So I've always known that I love that it has caused me to create healthy boundaries. So she has helped me in that way. Other times, I might get really triggered and push back a lot and get angry. Other times, I might just walk away and sulk a little bit. So I practiced. We were doing a Facebook Live, actually. And I just discovered this book. A client of mine turned me onto it. And I'm talking about this, and was talking about the fact that I've been practicing getting off on it when I feel discomfort in any of our interactions. And she turned to me and she looked and she said, "Oh my goodness, I've noticed you've been reacting to me or responding to me really differently." And so how I responded differently now in practicing getting off on the discomfort or bringing joy to it, bringing love to it, or simply giving up resistance. When I teach this class, that's what I describe. If you can't get off on it, if that's too radical, then bring love to it. If you can't bring love to the uncomfortable situation or dynamic, then just give up resistance to it. And whether you come to the workshop later, whether you read the book, if you do this one thing, just practice getting off on everything or bringing love to it, and especially the things that are most uncomfortable, all right? So, and then one night, she was in a very particular way getting in my face about something. And through this practice, I realized, oh my God, I do love this. I love every bit of it. I love the challenge of it. I love the drama of it. I love the competition of it. I'm a competitive person by nature. And I just started laughing out loud. And guess what? Laughing out loud is equal to getting off. So Caroline Elliott in the book says that getting off can be a full-on genital orgasm. I saw some people get excited about that. And that's getting off, what you just did. Or it can be just getting chills. How often do we get God bumps, right? That's getting off. Or it can be laughing out loud. So I was lecturing I was speaking at a conference in, Edmonton, Canada. And I've been talking about this for years and years. This is just another extension of what I talk about in the magic of the soul, about embracing everything, looking for the magic in everything. Caroline Lipton just takes it to an extreme, even further. So I was talking about embracing everything, celebrating even our weaknesses, our fears, our grief, celebrating it all. And the minister who came up after me, very well respected, I'd say old school science of mind, right? Got up and said, so first I hear that we have to accept everything. Then I hear that we have to embrace everything. Now I'm hearing that we got to celebrate everything that's uncomfortable. And I wonder if I had the chance to talk to her now, to let her know that now we got to get off on it. Get off on everything. So here's the thing, and this is a really fascinating thing, is that Carolyn Lipton says that uncovering, before I go to that, let's go to the next slide. So the conscious mind gets what it wants some of the time, but the unconscious mind gets what it wants all the time. So it behooves us then to access the unconscious mind if we really want to get what we want, okay? So let's go to the next slide. So, and this uses the term subconscious mind, and they're usually used synonymously. But the subconscious mind, that is the area of the subconscious mind compared to the area of the conscious mind, right? So when we are accessing the subconscious mind or the unconscious mind, we're using a lot more of our brain activity than when we're using the conscious mind. Let's go to the next slide, please. This is another representation of it that's often used in psychology. The conscious mind is just the tip of the iceberg, right? So, and the interesting thing that Carolyn says is that the conscious mind, and most of our self-help work that we use, affirmations and vision boards and affirmative prayer and visualization, they're all a masculine way of getting what we want. Accessing the unconscious is the feminine way because it's receptive, you see. All of those, most of our self-help work is like a conscious, willful thing. I'm going to create this. The subconscious is the receptive. It's just opening to the possibilities, right? And she says it's lightning fast. And that is my experience. You know, I was teaching this class, and Renee, as he said, was in it. By the way, I love that metaphor of the shaking up of the snow globe. That's beautiful. And, you know, I've been practicing this idea of embracing and celebrating everything for over 25 years now. But I'm just kind of getting good at it now, or better and better. So when I taught this class, and it's the second time I taught it, I was practicing getting off on everything. Now, existential kink is really about getting off on the patterns in life. But as she said, the patterns within us that are creating the things that we don't want. But she also says everything in life is a stroke. Everything that we don't like, the things that are going on in our country that we don't like, that can be a stroke. How can I get off on that? And again, if I can't get off on it, I can bring love to it. Because as Michael Beckwith says, the headlines in the news are simply prayer requests, right? Bring love to everything. If I can't bring love to it, give up resistance to it. All of those things create the flow. You know, I used to talk about it this way, that if we have a physical pain, right, and we are resisting it, you know, the thing that I say, actually I've got a slide. Can we jump to that? Jump ahead a couple slides? Not that one more. What we resist, I usually use this in my center where I am in Simi Valley, because it's just a joke, right? I'm not really a Swami. But this is what I say all the time in lectures, in one-on-one coaching, in workshops and classes. What we resist not only persists, magnifies, becomes stronger. What we embrace becomes our ally, our teacher, and our healer. So, whatever we are resisting, as I was saying, if it's something physical and I've got a pain and I'm resisting it, when I tighten up. When I resist, I tighten up. I create a block in the energy at the level of the chakra that is ruling that part of my body. So if I have a sore knee, right, then it's going to be my sacral center where I'm blocking the energy. So when I resist, it blocks the very energy that's needed for healing. When I embrace, then the body relaxes and the energy flows. And what is the energy that flows? Did I hear love? Love's the only energy there is. So anytime I embrace, anytime I give up resistance, anytime I bring love to, and if I want to make it happen really fast, get off on it, the energy is just flowing like lightning. And here's what I experience then, is that things that are problems or issues, they tend to resolve instantly. When I was teaching this class last time and practicing it just at a higher level than I ever had before, even I, who have been teaching this for 25 years, was amazed at how my life just started flowing. We brought in more income in 1 week of the first week of teaching this class than normally we bring in 2 months. And I wasn't trying. That wasn't even a goal. That's how lightning fast is. That's what happens when we access the unconscious, when we get off on everything. You know, this phrase came to me a long time ago that the law of attraction brought down to the simplest common denominator is this. Gratitude attracts all good things, everything that we want. And the opposite of that is dissatisfaction. Dissatisfaction repels everything that we want. And it can be very subtle, right? My leg can hurt, and I can be dissatisfied about that, or I can be in gratitude that I have a leg, because not everyone does, right? If I'm just lost a whole bunch of money in an investment, or whatever reason my finances go down, I can be dissatisfied that happened, or I can be in gratitude that I had that much to lose. Because if I had that much to lose, I can gain it back, right? And so as Carolyn Lipton says in the book, what do you think is a more magnetic consciousness for creating what we want? Being grateful for just the things that we like, or being grateful for everything? Getting off on everything. As a practice. You know, I'm not perfect at it. I'm not at 100%. Nobody that I know is. It's just about practicing. And people would keep saying that in the class. Well, how do I get off on things that I hate? You just practice. Fake it till you make it if you have to. But the more you fake it, what will ultimately happen that I find, in fact, miracles for people in the class, is all of a sudden, after you're faking it for a while, you realize, like I did, oh my God, I really do love this, or part of me does. And that's when the light comes on, and that's when the unconscious becomes conscious, and then resolution happens easily and effortlessly. So if you've got a condition or a situation in your life that's been consistent, whether it be around finance or relationship or health, and you've been doing spiritual mind treatment, if you've been having a positive mindset around it, and it isn't changing it, it may just be that there's a part of you that is already getting off on this situation. I know it sounds counterintuitive. I know it sounds radical. But as I've been practicing this, people, I'm seeing that it is universally true. Let's go back to the last slide. So, yes, this is the universe. I have a plan for your life. Our spirit guides are having a great time. And what are we doing? Oftentimes we're resisting, right? We're holding on for dear life. So that's resistance. The opposite. Let's go to the last slide, the very last slide. Keep going. Yeah, that one. Get off on life. That's the opposite of resistance, right? That's when we're in the flow. So I was coaching one of my clients, and she's a person who, I love her deeply. She's an amazing woman, amazing talent, but she's quite resistant to uncomfortable things in her life. And so we were talking about this subject, about embracing everything. And, so I did an exercise with her. And instead of describing it, I'll just guide you through it. If you have any pain in your body, this is something you can do. So first just identify where the pain is. And then, as though you were talking to me, just give it a scale of 1 to 10, how strong it is, 10 being the highest. And now, imagining that you're just describing the pain to me as specifically as you can. Like, just move into that pain and tell me, is there a color to it? Is there a feeling to it? And go even deeper into the core of that pain, maybe even exploring why it might be there. But again, describe it as fully as you possibly can. And then open your eyes. And then I'd ask you again, if we were doing this one-on-one, while you were describing it, what level was the pain on a scale of 1 to 10. And usually, not always, but usually it'll be less while you're describing it. Why? Because while you're describing it, you're curious. You're now exploring it. And you can't explore it without giving up some resistance. And when we give up resistance to pain, it becomes less. So I was guiding her through this process, and I noticed she was kind of twitching, right? And so then when she came out of it, she said, "Oh, my back is hurting." I think this is in reverse. I forgot how the story actually went. It was before, we were just talking about giving up resistance, and her back was hurting. And then we did this exercise, and then it came down when she was describing it, right? And so the next morning, I was thinking about that, and I was having this, at the time, I was having a lot of stomach discomfort. And so for quite a few months, and I'd done lots of practices with it. This is the miracle story, by the way. I'd done lots of practice with it. In fact, I spent probably $2,000 on supplements and parasite cleanse and all these different things, right? And it was getting better, but then it was like coming back, and it was kind of off and on. And so I decided to get off on it in that moment, on the pain. And I just started embracing it and finding as much enjoyment in this pain as I could. And something flashed into my head. You know what? I've been taking this blood pressure medication. I wonder what the side effects are. Googled it, and guess what? Stomach pain. So I changed my diet, and I'd already staged my diet with part of the things I was doing, and my blood pressure had gone down, and I didn't need the medication anymore. And so, but I think that the day before, I noticed my blood pressure was up, and I'd taken the pill, and my stomach was hurting again. But I know that if I was in resistance to that pain, that I would not have had that flash of insight and had that question. That's what happens when we are open, is the solution just comes quickly. That's how it works. So I'm going to tell you a little story before we're done here. Let me talk about the play shop a little bit. So in this play shop, I'm going to talk more about existential kink. We're going to do a longer version of a very short meditation that I'm going to close with. And then we're going to do a really powerful exercise for self-love, because all shadow work is about loving every aspect of ourselves. And so this is something that I just developed at our retreat a few weeks ago, and it takes people to such a deep place of self-forgiveness and self-love. This probably isn't a good testimonial for the work to get you to the workshop, but people just tears coming because their hearts get open so wide. So we're going to have lots of fun in the play shop, even if there are tears. So if you don't have plans, come and hang out with us for a couple hours. You'll be glad you did, because I guarantee you it is going to have your heart and your soul singing. If you do have plans, change them. If you absolutely can't change them, sign up on our mailing list. Next time we're around, we'll let you know. So this story, I'm going to give you. I'm going to let you decide which story I'm going to tell. I can tell you, because this, existential kink. There's a lot of. By the way, if you don't like colorful language, don't get this book. It's really kind of written for a younger audience, which makes it very, very vibrant. In fact, when I ask people my age if they've heard of this book, no one has. Under 40, and a lot of people have. Karina's son, actually, who doesn't read this kind of stuff, found it. That was a funny story, actually. She said, I won't go into that. It'll take too long. I'll tell it in the workshop. So, there's a lot of sexual reference, because the way I described it when I talked about this on the ministers' listserv, because I wanted to see if any of our ministers had heard of it, and no one had, but Dr. Petra in Dallas said, That's fantastic. I've been trying to bring sexuality into our teaching for a long time. So the way I described it is most of our self-help work deals with the upper chakras, right? The crown chakra, the third eye, the throat chakra, the heart chakra. Shadow work tends to bring it down to the solar plexus. It brings our emotions into it. What existential kink does is it brings it down through all of the chakras, through the sexual chakra, through the base chakra. So then we're using all of our energy to create what we want, rather than just about half of us, okay? So, I'm giving you the option of hearing a really clean joke, a medium, slightly racy, or a really racy joke. Number one, how many? Or just tell me. Which one? Racy. You existential kink sluts. All right, I'm going to use the medium one because this is going out in a lot of, but we'll do the racy one in the workshop as a little teaser for you. Okay, so this guy has decided, he's absolutely certain his wife is cheating on him. So he decides, I'm going to go home at lunchtime and I'm going to catch her in the act. So he goes home, he lives on the 16th floor of this condo high-rise, and he gets in the elevator, goes up, gets out of the elevator, goes down the hallway, puts his key in the door, and he hears this rustling, right? So he opens the door, he runs in, finds his wife naked in bed, but there's no one else around. So he starts looking under the bed, in the closets, searches everywhere in this place, no one to be found. So he just goes out on the balcony to get some fresh air, and he sees these fingers on the ledge of the balcony. And he looks down, this guy's hanging there, and so he's enraged. He just starts stamping on the guy's fingers, and he falls 16 floors and lands in this bush, and he's just praising the Lord that he saved. And the husband now is like so enraged, he's got this super strength. So he goes into the kitchen, and he drags the refrigerator out. He sees the guy's down there. He hoists it over the balcony. It falls down, it crushes the guy dead. And then from all this exertion and trauma, the husband has a heart attack and dies. So, next scene. We're not over yet. The next scene is a line of people standing at the pearly gates. And St. Peter is there greeting everyone. And the first person comes up and he says, and St. Peter says, look, we're really full up in heaven now. We're only letting in people who died really, really horrible deaths. How did you die? And so it's the husband, and he steps up and he says, I told him the whole story about, I think my wife is cheating. I go home, I'm searching, refrigerator, I have a heart attack, I die. And St. Peter says, oh, that's a horrible, horrible death. Come on in, right in. And so the next guy comes up, and St. Peter says, give him the same story. Only letting in people who died really horrible deaths. How did you die? He says, well, I live on the 15th floor of this high-rise, and I was out there doing my pull-ups like I do every single day, and this crazy guy comes out, and he just starts stepping on my fingers, and I fall down. I land in this bush, and I'm praising the Lord that I'm saved, and a refrigerator falls out of the sky and kills me dead. And St. Peter says, oh my goodness, absolutely, horrible death, come right in. Next guy steps up, and St. Peter gives him the same story, only letting people in who died horrible deaths. How did you die? Guy says, well, picture this. I'm sitting there minding my own business, naked in a refrigerator. So the moral of the story is that the solution to the problem, or the answer to what we're looking for, is sometimes in the most auspicious place or hidden place, right? In the lower unconscious. Amazing that I could tie that joke to this talk, right? All right, so I want to do a little meditation here. So close your eyes, take a nice deep healing breath. This is going to be a really brief thing here, but let's take another deep breath and let out a big heartful sigh. And just think about something in your life that's challenging right now. And ask this question. what would it be like if you gave up resistance to it? Doesn't mean that you wouldn't want to change the situation. Do something to make it better. But it means that you'll be starting from a place of acceptance. Accepting it as something to enrich you in some way, some greater freedom, joy, or love that wants to come out of this. Maybe by asking that question, that's how I ask the question, is what's the greater freedom, joy, love that wants to come out of this experience? And in so doing, we are accessing our soul energy because our soul has created it for us. And what would it be like if you brought love to this situation? See if that has an energetic difference. And what would it be like if you actually got off on it, if you actually practiced finding enjoyment in it? Do you feel the possibilities in that? And now think about a person in your life with whom you have conflict. What would it be like if you accepted this person unconditionally? Doesn't mean you wouldn't create healthy boundaries, ask for what you want, but it means that you wouldn't have to change them or fix them. In fact, you honor them for who they are. What would it be like if you unconditionally love this person, if that's possible at this time? If not, just give up resistance. What would it be like if you got off on all the friction that's caused in this relationship? If you can imagine that. If not, just bring love to this person. Accept this person. How is the energy different? And now, most importantly, think about something you don't like about yourself. And what would it be like if you accepted this aspect of yourself as a beautiful expression of who you are? If you gave up resistance to it? What if you accepted yourself as you are completely? Doesn't mean you wouldn't still take steps to grow, to change, but you would be starting from a place of wholeness, perfect just the way you are. Anything added is icing on an already perfect cake. What would it be like if you unconditionally loved yourself in relation to this aspect? And what about, to push the barrier even further, push the envelope, getting off on this part of yourself that you previously didn't like, celebrating it? I'm going to recite, as you dwell in this energy, I'm going to recite this poem from Rumi. This being human is a guest house. Every morning a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness, some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they are a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture. Still, treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. Fill yourself up with God's love. Know that this love is who you are. It's who we are, all are. There is only love. Let's know that from this moment forward, we feel this love bubbling up out of us, expressing into the world through our relationships, through our answering the headlines that are simply prayer requests, bringing love, bringing celebration to everything. And when we can't, loving ourselves even because we can't. And so it is. I just want to finish with, it occurred to me, talking about self-love, when I was talking to a client a while back, that when I love myself unconditionally, what I realize is I am not myself. I am in fact the self. I am in fact pure love, and so are you. Thank you.
Time, please. And I love you too. Patrick's my mentor, many years now. Step over there. I'm doing a song called Breathe by Johnny Diaz because there's so much happening. And one of the quickest ways to come back to center is to just take the breath. So our natural gift is our ability to breathe in. Let's do it. Alarm clock screaming, bare feet hit the floor. It's off to the races, everybody out the door. I'm feeling like I'm falling behind. It's a crazy life. Ha. 90 miles an hour, going fast as I can, trying to push a little harder, the upper hand. So much to do and so little time. It's a crazy life. It's ready, set, go. It's another wild day. When I see the stress on, I hear my heart say, hey, breathe, just breathe. Come and rest at my feet and be, just be. Chaos call, but all you really need is to just breathe. Third cup of joe just to get me through the day. Want to make the most of time, but I feel it slip away. I wonder if there's something more to this crazy life. I'm busy, 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 and it's no surprise to me that I only have time for me, me, me. There's gotta be something more to this crazy life. I'm hanging on tight to another wild day. When it starts to fall apart, I can hear my heart say, just breathe, just breathe. Come and rest at my feet and be, just be. Let your rest fall with me. So take it in, fill your lungs with the peace of God that overcomes. Just breathe. Let your weary spirit rest. Lay down what's good and find what's best. Just breathe. Just breathe, everybody. Just breathe. Come and rest at my feet and be, just be. Chaos calls, but all you really need is to just breathe. Johnny Diaz. Thank you.
The Church of Let's Make It Simple. Just breathe. All right. Well, if you all will take your offering in your hands, let's say this affirmation together. Okay, here it is. I had to find it first. I got too much hair here. I don't mind. Anyway, okay, ready, set. Today I give in love and joy from the overflow of abundance in my life. My gift goes forward to bless and uplift, fulfilling the purpose of our spiritual community. Lives are transformed. I am grateful, and so it is. Yay!
And we're going to let it shine. Breathe in and shine. Faith Rivera. One, two, three, and. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine,
all get off on that? Yes. So on behalf of our center, I accept this abundance that has flown through all of you here and all of you online that can push that donate button as much as you want. And just let this abundance of the universe, which only knows to flow. And when you get off on giving, you get the universe's attention, and the universe gives you more to give from.
Yes, it does.
Tenfold. That's why you give 10%, because it's a 1 out of 10 formula that for every dollar you give, the universe offers you 10 more. So give, give, give. Be that instrument of the divine. And so I thank you, I bless you for being this conduit of the universe to flow into this center and excite us and create more opportunities for this joy to be experienced. And so it is. Yay! Let's stand and make a circle. And not the ballerina type, this just... Bless each other with your palms and repeat after me. We know who you truly are. You are a unique way that Spirit is expressing. We love you. We appreciate you. We thank God for you. Welcome home.